Hey, what's up everybody? Nate here from Out of the Basement bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the Walgreens exclusive Clone Commander Obi-Wan from Star Wars, the Black Series, the 6-inch line. This is one of the latest Black Series figures to hit the streets, and he is hitting all Walgreens right now. If this guy is in my area, he is definitely in your area. So get out there to a Walgreens and find him. Of course, this is based on the Tartakovsky Clone Wars series. That's the original 2D animated one, not the 3D one. And right off the bat, there are some things that are a little different about the figure, and we will talk in depth about that, but let's take a look at the box real quick. You can see here, nice picture of Obi-Wan, looks pretty good. It's the same old Black Series box we've seen 1,000 times. No number, it's an exclusive. There is the bio. Go ahead, pause it wherever you'd like. Read that. There on the bottom, nothing much. On the top, nothing else. So let's go ahead, get them open. We'll take a look at the accessories and then the figure itself. Okay, so for accessories, he comes with the amazing triangle base here that has Star Wars The Black Series embossed on the backside. A lot of people hate on these, but I honestly don't think they're all that bad. They are definitely kind of pointless in some ways, but I think you can still get some decent posing with this kind of stand. So yeah, it's the same stand we saw before. I forget with who, but someone came with it. And here is the other accessory he has, and that is his lightsaber here, which honestly doesn't really have a whole lot of paint on it. As you can see, the gray parts are very clearly just gray plastic, but it does have some nice bits of gold on there. Little sloppy on the paint application, but as to be expected from Hasbro and on a lightsaber this small, but does have some decent details to it, and does have a peg for some lightsaber storage. The blade is also a nice cool blue, and of course is easily removable. So overall, for the accessories, maybe we could have got a blaster with this Obi-Wan, or maybe a lance. Hello, Hasbro? Because he does have a really awesome scene in the original Clone Wars series where he has a speeder lancer battle with the bounty hunter Dirge, and that is just one of the best moments of the entire series in my opinion. And I would have also liked to see a Phase 1 clone trooper helmet with this Obi-Wan, since he actually does wear one in that scene. So let's take a look at the figure. All right, here is Obi-Wan out of the packaging, and he just looks awesome. When we get in closer here, you can really see the details on his face, the nice face printing technology. I do think it does kind of look a little strange, specifically around the face right here. His cheeks are kind of really rosy, like his skin tone is really red, and I don't really think that Ewan is like that in any of the movies. At least when I am thinking about it with my memory, I don't really picture him with rosy cheeks. But honestly, it's only really noticeable because of the harsh lighting. When I was just messing around with him on my desk, I didn't even really notice that. But the other head details are wonderful. I think the beard looks really good. It honestly has like some actual sculpt work there in the mustache, and that looks really awesome. A massive improvement from the original release, or I guess technically we could call this the Episode 3 Obi-Wan head, even though in the original Clone Wars series, he has more of an Episode 2 look, which if I wanted to nitpick this figure, I could say, yes, this is definitely inaccurate, because this is the wrong head sculpt. But we do have an Episode 2 Obi-Wan Kenobi coming right down the road. It's going to be in one of the next waves, and I think just a simple head swap will be in order. And then this figure will look just perfect, like exactly how it did in the animated series. And then of course you could use this head, put it on the robed body, even though if you want to get extra nitpicky, the underrobe is a different color between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. But at this point, I'm just rambling about minor details on action figures. So anyways, let's take a look here. The hair sculpt here is really awesome. Really like the way it looks, and I love the paint details that they added to it. Really nice sculpting. I think this is a really, really good looking Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi. And of course, the cape and the soft good details are really nice. It's sort of pinned in here by these little circular things that of course are new to this figure. That's literally the head sculpt, and these little things right here are the only new bits on the figure. Of course the cape as well, but this is just the normal clone body, in case you were curious. Nothing new, same clone body we've seen a million times, so of course my same criticisms will apply if you guys checked out my Commander Fox review, but I think they just need to update this body just a little bit and it would truly reach its potential, but it's still not bad. I don't hate it. But anyways, the soft goods look really nice. I like this material. It feels really nice. It's a little bit sort of like ribbed. I don't know how to explain that, but it has a nice texture to it that you can kind of see there. And the way it folds up here in the back of the cape actually makes it like sit really well. I honestly think that is a really nice look. Just drapes gently over the shoulders, and it doesn't even look like it's really puffing up in the back. I think that is damn awesome. Really nice work on the soft goods for this guy, and the way that it just pinches down through the belt and everything sits damn near perfect. And it's actually all one piece too. If you look at the back here, it's all connected together. So yeah, really nice work on the soft goods for this guy. And then as for the rest of the details of the figure, you can see here it is just the plain white clone trooper body we've seen 1,000 times. So yeah, the overall details, even though they are technically inaccurate to this design, I still really dig them. I think this is a great Episode 3 Obi-Wan head, and the body looks really accurate to the original Clone Wars show. So overall, I think that the sculpted detail work and the paint apps are really nice on this figure. Definitely a good look. So now let's jump into the articulation. All right, so his head can look up a decent amount, and it actually can look down pretty far as well. The shoulders do move out, not so well. That's pretty much all you get. It feels really tight, so I'm just not trying to rip these soft goods, but you'd probably just have to heat these joints and you get a little bit better out of them. Again, the same not so great double jointed elbow that only gives you 90 degrees. He does have the vertical hinge on this hand, and of course it rotates around. And this hand has the horizontal hinge. I kind of don't understand why they gave him the trigger finger. I know that they were just simply reusing this body for the sake of just saving money, but we could have gotten a different hand for this because he doesn't come with a blaster. Obviously, you can put a blaster in his hand and it does look pretty awesome, but I think Obi-Wan, it uses his lightsaber in this hand a lot. So I'm pretty sure he is a right-handed lightsaber user. So it's kind of weird to fit the lightsaber in his hand. It does still work. I don't think it's completely busted, and I'll show you a little bit later. Of course, he does have bicep swivel as well. And for the ab crunch here, not really too far forward, not really too far back. There's not a whole lot going on right here, but you still can get it to move around a little bit. And of course, the soft goods don't get in the way at all. And this belt is also a floating piece, so it moves pretty easily. The legs can move out just that far, not too much. Of course, you do get that range of movement out of the clone leg, but it's got a kick up to the side like that, so it looks a little awkward. Double jointed knees that work well. The foot can go down a decent amount, and it can go up really far, and of course, ankle pivot is always a thing in the Black Series. So overall, the articulation, we've seen it a million times. Yes, it is mildly frustrating, but I don't think it's really that bad. I think you can still get some decent poses out of him, but now let's go ahead and compare him to some other figures from the Black Series, as well as some other lines in general. Here he is next to the Black Series Mace Windu and Episode 1 Obi-Wan. Here he is with Padme and Anakin. Here he is next to Black Series General Grievous and my last review, Commander Fox. Go ahead and click the link right up there to check that review out. Then the Mafex First Order Stormtrooper. And finally, the Mezco Michael Myers and NECA Roy Burns Jason. So my final thoughts on the Walgreens exclusive Obi-Wan here is that it's a pretty good figure. Yes, it is inaccurate. Yes, the Clone Wars body does need to be updated, but the new head for Obi-Wan is just a fantastic looking head. Despite its rosy cheeks, I do really think it looks very much like Ewan. And the soft goods on this figure are also surprisingly great. Would I have loved some more accessories like I mentioned earlier? Absolutely, but I think overall the details on this figure, and I'm just happy that they sort of kind of acknowledged the 2D Clone Wars series in the Black Series, because that is personally the Clone Wars that I watched growing up. I only started watching the 3D animated series as an adult a couple years ago, but before that I had always just been a fan of the original take of Clone Wars. So I'm very happy to have this figure in my collection, and hey, maybe that makes me a little bit biased, but you know what? Oh well, that's my opinion. So here we go. I'm gonna definitely give this guy a recommend. Definitely go out, try and hunt him down. At the very least, like I mentioned earlier, we can get that head swap in and everything will be just fine. So what do you guys think of this figure? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's talk about some Star Wars action figures. Of course, if you are new to the channel, we are always talking about action figures, movies, and Blu-rays. So if that sounds awesome to you, make sure you hit subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, ring the bell for notifications. I'm Nate from Out of the Basement. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.